Hi and welcome to Australian Gamers Friday Night Podcast. I'm Yug.
And I'm Matt.
Tonight we'll be talking about the PlayStation 3 launch in Australia.
The Gears of War movie.
Black Xbox 360. Nothing racial there. No.
And Halo 3 prices confirmed.
Yes.
And packs and stuff.
And stuff. Well, look, it's all really about the PlayStation once again.
Except for 3 of those 4 things.
Well, no, but I mean like the
which
fact
will
that
admittedly each take a minute and a half.
Exactly.
And then we'll talk about the PlayStation 3
well,
for the rest.
we should probably go... I suppose we should probably talk about the minute and a half stuff then.
Yeah, let's get it out of the way.
Alright, we'll get out of the way. Well, first of all, Halo 3, the prices for those packs have been confirmed, and what the different editions.
I never really got the whole different special super editions thing. I never really understood it.
It's
the game.
You get... Well, I mean, okay, first of all, you've got the standard edition.
Dude, you get a gay head, and you've already got a gay head.
Collector's edition and legendary edition. And yes, in the legendary edition, you get... I believe you get a helmet. The Spartan helmet. But you can't wear it.
No.
It's just a prop.
As far as I can tell, it's quite small.
It's a limited edition collectible Spartan miniature helmet.
You could possibly wear it if you removed your head
you
and
could
replaced it.
You could put it on a doll if you have a doll.
Which you do.
I don't have a doll.
No, I meant the listeners.
Right, okay, fair
they
enough.
They have dolls.
But I think the difference between the 3 editions, and this might be speculation at the moment based on the prices that's confirmed for the overseas editions, but the standard edition is $100 and the limited edition, the legendary edition, is $200.
Yeah,
it's a big difference for
a gay helmet.
For a gay helmet, and a collector's a disc, which comes with like red versus blue stuff. And
is it red versus blue because it said machinima, but it doesn't specifically say red versus blue.
I'm pretty sure it would be red versus blue, just because I don't really know of any other
machinima.
Why do you growl when you do that?
I just like the sound of it.
Okay.
Machinima.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know whether I'm being French or German.
No.
But in either case, I'm going to get into a war anytime soon.
Yeah.
I
don't know what it... I'm assuming it's red versus
so we
blue.
have no basis for that, but take it as fact.
I'm pretty sure I read it somewhere.
I see, that's
I read
compelling
it
argument.
On the internet,
you read
so
it
it's obviously true.
It came out of one of the intertubes.
So yeah, I mean, I'll be getting the cheapest edition humanly possible when it comes out.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
So
I wonder if you can buy just the head. Logically,
you know what?
There must be a super special edition which is everything except the game.
You know, just I'm sure there'll be plenty of them popping up on eBay shortly after the legendary edition is sold.
Yes.
So yeah, there's that.
No doubt it'll be a limited edition as well, and there'll only be 240,000 of them, which is probably 240,000 more than they should have made. But
fair call. Well, look, on the topic of Xbox 360 killer games, try and link it.
I was wondering why you were bothering, but yep. Move on.
All right. Well, the Xbox 360, the black Xbox 360, is confirmed.
Yeah. In
a manner of speaking.
No, as everyone knows, black is bigger and better and...
Really?
Yeah.
How do you know that, man?
No, it's just a fact that the Xbox 360 has a larger penis.
Right.
It is true. It is. If you look at the specs,
yes,
you'll see larger penis.
Right.
Now on Microsoft.com/blackxbox /largepenis.html.
Yeah.
It's there.
Okay. Do you want to stop talking about large penises now, or?
You don't want me to, do you?
Hey, excuse me, we're supposed to be an influential podcast.
Oh, that's right. I'm feeling quite influential.
Good,
lately.
are you?
That's funny. I woke up this morning thinking, God, I feel influential.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, I walked into work this morning and I was just having this effect on everyone there. I'm like, it's obviously my influence,
Yeah, I kept saying things and people would listen and respect my opinion.
Oh, which is very unusual.
Which is very unusual.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
No, it's a new job. They don't know me that well.
Oh, okay, right.
I got a new job at the start of the week. I'm not sure if anyone actually knows that or if anyone cares.
Give them time. A couple of days,
get to know me,
and they'll start ignoring you just like the rest of us.
That's my goal.
Anyway, the black Xbox. I mean, we've known about this for a while. Yes, it is black, but apart from that, it's also got a 120 gig hard drive, which is a little bit more than the 20 gig available on the existing Xbox 360. Might I say...
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
No, okay, and when I say 20 gig, I actually mean 13 gig.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm not getting into that again.
You've got to take out the fact that it decides to use half the hard drive to store.
Before you get a chance to do anything with it, yeah.
Do you know what I think it's using?
What?
That space for? Porn. I think your Xbox 360 is downloading porn in the background.
You're twisted tonight, aren't you?
I am highly twisted tonight.
All right.
I'm sober even. Just in that kind of mood.
That's not unusual, but anyway.
What, sober?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, true.
Anyway, it's also got HDMI, which is, fair enough, I guess.
Which is actually gooder than you'd think.
Gooder?
Yep.
Hold on. This is recording. You just said gooder.
I did indeed say
excellent,
gooder.
Excellent. That gives me a saving grace for the next time I screw up some word in the English language.
You do it by accident, though. That's the difference.
Uh-huh. Keep going.
I do it on purpose.
Keep going.
Anyway, so back to the good nation. Yeah, it's gooder because you end up with... it's getting longer, too, so it's going to be gooder soon and get hard to say.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't actually like the non-digital thingies, and with Sony's PlayStation 3 being...
Sorry, stop. Go back. Non-digital thingies. What do you mean?
HDMI and DVI are both compatible. They're actually pretty much the same signal. They're both a digital signal, and you can switch between them very easily. You convert between them. You cannot convert...
I thought sound goes through HDMI.
It does, but other than that, the pins are the same.
Okay, right.
Well, the pins aren't obviously the same, but the general cabling...
The signal is the same.
The signal
okay,
is
got
the
it.
same.
Yep, keep going.
So, yeah, HDMI is nifty. It's good for the plugging in and being a small cable and not having to run 1,000 cables.
Yep.
But if you have a PlayStation 3, for example, and you have multiple HDMI imports, or you have a TV that has DVI imports, you can use that with the Xbox 360, because you might not necessarily have the component inputs, or you might have used them up, or...
Yeah, but, I mean, to the best of my knowledge, it's only a fairly recent thing that TVs actually have HDMI inputs on them.
Yes, but a lot of them have DVI inputs. That's, I guess, what I'm coming back to.
But if that's got a HDMI output, does that mean that it can input into a TV DVI?
Bingo. You just need a cable.
Okay.
It's like $20.
I don't understand. I honestly just don't understand all this.
I don't understand it until recently.
I'm surprised actually that Sony or Microsoft haven't tried to simplify this as much as possible for the consumers. Well,
I remember walking in a little while ago. Actually, I think it was when I first got a fancy new TV. It was a huge monster. It was a 70 centimeter. CRT, so it was extremely heavy, and it was a Lova, one of those fancy German brands, and it was a really good TV, and we'd gone from that to that from a 48 centimeter TV and stuff, but it was a PlayStation. This was the original PlayStation, so it actually looked dodgy as all hell all of a sudden
on the big TV.
Because all of a sudden, hey, look, all the
I can see polygons. All the pixels, and then you went from that TV back to a 48 centimeter TV.
There was a long process in the meantime.
And now you're back to a bigger TV.
I bought a TV today. I'm very enthusiastic about that. I'm very excited, and I've sat at home going, "Ooh, look, Finding Nemo." Did
you find him?
I actually thought it was supposed to be like a Where's Wally?
Right.
And I spent the whole thing going, God, this is easy. He's right there.
He's on the screen.
He's in a blue thing, and he's yellow, he's orange and white striped. This is the easiest game ever.
It's hard to miss, isn't it?
Yeah, so anyway, and I'm very happy about that. I'm very enthusiastic, and I'm particularly looking forward to PlayStation 3-ing it up.
Yes.
There is only one small problem with this awesome plan, though.
No PlayStation 3.
I used all my PlayStation 3 money to buy the TV, so...
There's that.
So
honestly, I don't think there's much point getting a PlayStation 3 to play on a 48 centimeter CRT.
No, because that's pretty much what I had. I had this little 48. It's actually a tragic tale of woe.
Kind of explains why you only really review portable games.
That's pretty much why, because there just wasn't even an Xbox, an original Xbox. It was like a travesty to actually plug it into my TV. It was
an insult to the games.
Yeah,
themselves.
pretty much.
The Xbox actually shut itself off it was insulted.
I tried, and it turned off. No, I actually had two TVs. This is quite tragic. I had one TV that was not big, but it was like a 51 centimetre TV, and it was so old it had no inputs for AV. It just had an antenna input. And so we had that for the TV, and I had another TV beside it that was like really tiny. I think it was 48 centimetres or smaller. It might have been like 45 centimetres.
And you used that for the AV
but that had AV inputs. So we had one TV for DVDs and one TV for the TV.
You are right, that is pathetic.
That is tragic, isn't it?
We run a game site.
I know. It's very tragic, but that's why I've been playing mostly portable games. Speaking of which, there'll be a Dungeon Siege review coming up soon.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All right, well, cool. Look, let's move on. The black Xbox 360. Ooh, yes, fantastic. 120 gig hard drive, HDMI, and it's black. That's always a plus. I really expected this to actually launch around about the same time as the PlayStation 3, which I thought would undermine it quite a bit.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking it would as well.
But by all reports, it's looking to come out later on this year. Nothing confirmed for Australia yet, of course. But we'll let you know. Yeah,
we will indeed. I reckon the Xbox 360 should always have been black. I just think black stuff like that is just cooler. But then again, the PlayStation 3 was black, but it probably wouldn't have been if the Xbox 360.
That's not to say that the PlayStation 3 bags that colour, though. It's like, no, we're black, so you can't, but you have to be blue.
Yeah, I know.
Purple
like the GameCube. It's that indigo colour.
It's not like a multiplayer game. It's not like, no, we're black. You have to choose one of the other colours now. So
True. And
you have to be green.
Wood paneling.
Microsoft have to be green. Oh, and Nintendo, you can be purple.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Or you can be silvery and shiny like that.
Or white. Or pink. New pink. PlayStation 2, I think.
Oh, yeah. There's pink PlayStation 2's just come out recently.
Yeah.
Do you want to know something tragic?
You want to get one.
I kind of do, just because it's so lame.
Yeah, you know what? You would. It would suit you.
It would.
Hey, I have no idea why this sparked this particular thought.
I bet I have some ideas, but
something about you just being gay,
trying
to let other people know that you're really quite geeky and gay.
Yeah.
And then I realised, hey, we're actually going to a big gaming convention in a week's time.
I didn't follow you with.
So
I tried to come on that little journey with you, but I just no. Sorry, I'm at the back
because
going,
you'll be exposed to a wider audience of people.
Technically,
in person,
I'll be exposing myself to a wider range of people.
I did actually just want to mention, because this is the last podcast we'll have before we're actually there.
Yeah,
me
that is
and
true.
Matt. Is that right?
Matt
and I. All right. That's my saving grace, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. You used it up. You'll get out of jail.
And I even corrected myself. That's pathetic.
So actually, I think you've still got
half
of a get out of jail free card from my Gouda before.
All right. Matt and I are off to Perth next weekend.
We are indeed.
Where there's the GOW 3 Electronic Expo is happening over there. Expo and conference.
Expo, conference, and convention. Expo, conference, convention. And
what's it called? The 3 sports, esports, world esports. Oh, I don't know. I've screwed it up.
Yeah, you really have.
But there's a big
ECW, right?
I think so. ECW, yeah, electronic.
Cool. You know what? I have this terrible fear. There's a part of the back of my brain going, "You idiot! That's a wrestling federation." But I'm actually not sure about that now. I think I might have just said a wrestling federation. So it's the ECW, WWF,
cool. Anyway.
WWE,
but
something like that.
Look, anyway, I mean, for everyone in Perth, and especially those in Perth who are listening to this podcast, I mean, congratulations to start with. You have a gaming convention in your city. You have something in Perth,
They had to get electricity put on, especially for the convention.
Embarrassing.
I'm sorry. Perth's great.
We've never
sand.
We've
never been there, so I'm actually looking forward to it because I've never been there, and I like.
I've never been there either, and it's also worth noting that we're coincidentally having the Perth gamers meet up on the Friday night.
Can I just say for the record, that's not really a coincidence that we're going to have the Perth gamers meet
around
in
the time
Perth while we're there.
Well,
I mean, I know what coincidence means, and that isn't it.
Well, no, it's anyway. The gamers
It's
meet.
like saying I went to the toilet, and while I was there, coincidentally,
hey, give me grace.
I peed.
Hey, that's shut up, and that's my half grace. Right, all right.
Yes.
Anyway, there's the gamers meet sort of thing, which is on Friday. If you're in Perth, please come along. It's going to be nice,
the more
fun,
the merrier.
social, chilled. There's a all ages thing at I can't remember the name of the place. Look on our website, for goodness sake. Brett in Perth. He knows all the details.
Bunbury.
He knows Perth.
Something
so
at Bunbury.
I mean, for God's sake, his phone number is on the flyer. So by all means,
call
him
him
at all hours of the night, because he loves talking to people.
Yeah, especially I highly recommend being drunk.
Yes.
And it being very... Well, late isn't good. Late isn't good because late could be, say, 11:30 at night. Try for the 4 a.m. So go for early rather than late.
Good point. Good point. I didn't
so
think about that. Speaking about being drunk, actually, I'm looking forward to it myself because on that Friday is the first day when I finish my 2 months of no drinking, nothing, no
So
smoke,
having
nothing.
finished the detoxing, you're now beginning the retoxing process.
Absolutely. I'm going to be fascinated. I've never gone this long before without a drink, not since when I was in high school and I was a good little Christian boy.
I'm actually looking forward to you being interesting again. That could be,
yeah,
that could be an experience.
I do guarantee it will be. Look, even I want to re-listen to the next podcast, which will feature me drunk and Brett.
Yeah, that could be definitely something to actually put in your calendar.
Yeah,
people. So
I think that's going to be tops. Look, anyway, we'll be at Go 3 and we'll be hanging around the Altec NVIDIA Orin stand because we're not going over to cover the event.
No, we're not.
Brett's doing that. We're actually Orin asked us if we wanted to go over and help them promote Fury to the masses, and
we're not there for coverage or journalism. We're there for
we actually said, well, we want to play it more first.
Yep.
And we did, and we said, well, actually, we like it, so yes, we will.
Yeah. And then we asked them for a truckload of money. No, that's not true.
No, it'd be nice though.
No, that would be nice. But no, they are flying us over there, and we'll get to experience the delights that are Perth.
And we'll meet all you Perthenites.
I don't know. I was just thinking of Perthanians.
Sounds good though. Perthanians?
No. Perthanese. I don't know.
Ease.
Someone let us know. What is the correct terminology there?
Yeah, it's interesting because I know in Brisbane, for example, that we've got our little things like we call Brisbane Bris Vegas.
You call Brisbane Bris Vegas. That makes me angry, and I want to stab.
Okay.
I call it Bris Angeles because it's just as arbitrary. Bris York.
Okay, you ready though? I'm not the only one that calls it Bris Vegas.
I know,
you are the only one that calls it Bris Angeles, if you call it that.
Oh yeah. I do sometimes call it that.
Okay, don't take out your hate and aggression on me. Don't be a hater.
But I hate
Stop
you
oppressing
most.
me, man.
But I hate you the most.
Stop oppressing me, you hater.
I always hated you. I always hated
you.
You
just hate me because you want a black Xbox and I've got a white one.
I'm not really with you on that.
I don't know, actually. I was just throwing that out there to shut you up. Really Let's move on. And talk about the thing that we...
Actually,
we can't talk about that yet, actually. We've got one other point.
We got one other to talk about.
Just quickly, Gears of War is being made into a movie.
Yes, I actually thought we already knew this. I didn't think this was news.
It's news this week.
Alright, I must be thinking of Halo.
It would
seem that every game is being made into a movie.
It seems like every major Xbox release is being made into a movie at the moment, actually.
Do you know what I reckon would make a good movie?
Hot Dogs, Hot Girls?
I think that is a movie. That won't be on Blu-ray. No, I think that Katamari would make a good movie.
Really?
Which is... No.
No,
I
really.
can't really back that up at all.
No, you can't.
It would be a stupid movie. I got on a...
what the hell was
I was walking along the other day.
I'm sure
you
were.
This really pretty girl, who caught my attention because of the whole,
pretty girl
thing. Anyway, she's walking along, and I kind of ignored her after a little while because she went the other way. And I was walking somewhere else a bit later, and I got into an elevator, and she got in just behind me, same girl. And I'm trying to avoid saying we were going down, but I just can't not say it because we were in fact in the elevator going down. And
so what did you say?
no, I noticed on her shoulder she actually had a Katamari tattoo. And I fell in love instantly.
Is it a real tattoo?
Yeah, it was an actual tattoo of the prince pushing a Katamari.
So tell me, you did say something, right?
I asked her if it was a Katamari, and she's like, "Oh yeah, do you play it?" And I'm like, "Nah, bye," and walked off.
Oh, dude.
No, I did. I chatted to her for a little bit, and then I just kind of thought, I got nowhere to go here. So I figured I'd just bow out gracefully.
No. But I do play other games.
Yeah.
And stuff.
I like Halo.
Halo.
I play like what's the one with the shooting? I play that.
Yeah, I play lots of games.
Yeah.
Will you be my girlfriend?
Yeah. No, I didn't. I actually just decided that I might as well bow out gracefully because I don't make a very good first impression. And as a second impression, I'm even worse. I go downhill from a bad first impression. So
yeah, but honestly, I mean that's
a good start.
That is a fantastic opportunity. Like a hot girl with that logo with that character on her tattooed on her arm.
It's a great opportunity in the right place. In a club or something where you had an opportunity to talk after that, yes, but when you're about to get in the out of the elevator and go in the opposite direction,
you just tell her to stop. You say, "Stop. I must have your phone number."
Then I try to roll her up into a little ball and push her around.
Just push her so she rolls over
and sticks to something.
To something.
We amuse ourselves.
What would happen? You just push her into a whole bunch of stuff. She'd get up and, "What'd you do that for?" And you're like, "Well, I thought they'd stick onto you and you'd keep rolling." Surely. Anyway, all right. Well, yes. Gears of War the movie's coming out, not coming out, but the rights have been bought, and it's going to be made into a movie. It just frustrates me because I know there are other games out there which have a more substantial storyline, more substantial.
It's funny. It's like they've gone, well, this is kind of in a way cinematic. Therefore, it would make a good movie.
Yeah,
but it doesn't actually work that way. Having cool camera angles and running shots doesn't necessarily make a good... Lost Planet would make a better movie, I reckon. It's got a better feel to it, a better vibe. I think it would make a better movie. Different
kind of scene as well, sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a shame that the cutscenes in the game were so pathetic.
In Lost Planet?
Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, look, I loved Gears of War. I did play quite a bit of it. But I certainly was never actually inspired by the storyline itself, or the main
generic
character.
As far as I could tell. And the main character, like, amazingly rendered detail. You could see his stubble, which is fantastic and everything. But at the same time, didn't seem to have that much in the way of.
He was a very Duke Nukem sort of.
I was actually thinking of the Marine from Doom.
Actually, yeah,
you know, like. At about that much to offer.
But in the same respect, Doom got made into a movie.
Yeah, starring The Rock. So.
Yeah. All right, anyway, let's move on and talk about what we
are supposed to be
focusing on this podcast, which is
Katamari Girls.
The fact that the PlayStation 3 launched last night by the time you listen to this podcast.
Yes,
it
indeed.
launched.
It's actually out
Everyone
in Australia.
now has one. Almost everyone.
Yes.
Well, apparently the figures are, and I mean, it's Thursday night, so I mean, we don't actually have the figures tomorrow on us right now.
Yeah. Well, we did try some time travelling, but there was a paradox.
It just didn't work.
I ended up as my own grandfather.
I had to play guitar up on stage, Johnny B. Good, and I couldn't do it. You know.
Hands kept disappearing and stuff.
Know. Yeah, it's pathetic.
It's awkward. You might be thinking of something else. So
I might be.
It's possible.
Yeah, but yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, Michael Efron apparently said that there's been 10,000 pre-orders of the PlayStation 3 in, I believe it's Australia and New Zealand.
I don't think we need to count New Zealand, do we?
Okay. Well, okay. We're not going to count New Zealand.
Australia and surrounding islands.
Right. Like Tasmania?
Like Tasmania.
Right. It's an interesting figure. It sounds... I don't think it's quite as much as the pre-orders for the Wii. But I could be wrong on that.
I'm not actually sure how well the Wii did on pre-orders, but I think it did pretty well.
Yeah. I should stop speculating right there, actually. All I do know is that their estimates that it won't sell out on the launch day as the other consoles have, and they're saying
as it has in other territories.
Yeah, and they're saying that's not a bad thing. They're saying, well, look, that's good because people will come into the store and say, "Can I have a PlayStation 3?"
To actually buy it.
And yes, you actually can.
Yeah, people seem to have this impression that if something's not always sold out everywhere all the time, it's a failure, which is, I think, a bit rubbish, really. Are there any other products that you would look at and go, wow, you can buy cheese sticks anywhere, they obviously don't sell well?
It's a little bit harsh. I mean, it's not totally fair. I mean, it should simply go on the figures of how many consoles have been sold. You know, it's not a case of it's sold out, so it's doing fantastic, you know.
If they sell, say, 15,000 of them and they have 16,000 available, good work.
Now, there's a couple of, deals around in local stores and things like that. I think the cheapest I saw was, I think Kmart.
Kmart
actually has the PlayStation 3 for $950 or $959, I think, plus a game.
Yeah,
you have to buy a game.
You have to buy a game. Yeah,
which is, I think that's the best one that I've seen.
Yeah,
I think there's a couple of other packs which bundle MotorStorm with the system or.
Yeah, but you don't actually end up saving that much.
It's a little bit cheaper. MotorStorm and Resistance, I find it fascinating. They're selling for about $90 each.
Yeah, they're actually cheaper than. But this depends on the store as well. Some stores it's closer to 100.
Yeah, I think
Kmart was one that had them for 89.
And don't forget, EB will price match on everything.
They will.
Yay! And they probably have better return policies.
When we bought Burning Crusade, actually, we went to get it from Big W because they had them a lot cheaper.
Advertised
like $30 cheaper or something like that.
Quite ridiculous.
So we went into, but they were out, so we went into EB and said, "Will you match Big W?" And they went, "Yeah, all right." So bought them there.
Fantastic. Maybe we should actually, we should set up an Australian Gamer store, a mock store, and say PlayStation 3 is selling for $400.
Will you match?
But unfortunately, they're all sold out. But if you go to EB, they'll price match.
No, actually, no company that price matches will actually price match on something that's not in stock. It has to be in stock and it has to be the same.
So why do they price match on Big W?
That was kind of what I was getting at.
That's nice of them.
Yeah, they really shouldn't have had to.
Yeah.
But if they'd actually, I don't think he actually asked if they had any in stock. Because then I would have been forced to say, well, no.
No, yeah, true. Well, okay, a couple of other things with the PlayStation 3 launch. First of all, we didn't go because we're not getting a PlayStation 3. Between me and Matt, between the two of us, we have half an imported PlayStation 3.
Yeah,
which is a little bit average, to be honest.
Sub-average.
But we didn't go to a launch, and neither did anyone else. Look, anyone that did, if you took any photos or anything like that, jump on the forums.
Yeah.
Put them up there.
Post them up.
I'm interested to see people's thoughts from the launches, how they compared to other launches and things like that.
We've given our impression on the PS3 a fair bit. We've had our own little play of it, so, your turn. You're up.
Yeah. Let's get you do all the work.
Yeah. Sick of this.
What's some other thing? Actually, this is something I want to talk about, PlayStation 3 related, and it's the details have just come out this week, is the backwards compatibility list.
That is interesting, indeed,
European PlayStation 3? Is that what it's called? Yeah,
well, I guess so. The European and Australian are the same, the PAL version.
Anyway, because it's using the emulated software. Now, this is something I didn't think would be a problem because, like the 360, I thought most of the games that are supported would be
the higher
profile
ones.
Games. But it's some of the, I think it's 2,000, about 2,500 games out of the PS1 and 2's library are supported, but I think about 1,500 aren't.
And some of the ones that aren't were surprisingly high-profile games.
Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy 10-2, Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas,
GTA,
the SingStar games,
SingStar, using SingStar,
Final Fantasy 7 on the PS1, things like that.
Really? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, things like that. The whole Jack and Dexter games.
Yeah.
It's like they're actually significant games.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of them where it's saying this one works, but it might have a couple of really big bugs. This one works as far as we know. It just seems, a little bit frustrating since, obviously the non-PAL version
the US
PS3s are fine.
The thing that I want to know, and maybe someone who knows a bit more about the technical side can answer this, is why? Why do only some games work? What is it about the ones that don't work that stop them working? Does specific instructions need to be given to enable particular games, or is it just the way they're programmed is incompatible?
I would imagine it would be the way they're programmed.
I would
imagine
imagine
the way the games would be programmed, they would take advantage of the hardware and the software architecture in the existing PlayStation 1 or 2, and the emulation software tries to emulate that, of course, but I'd imagine bugs would be the main thing stopping it, or if particular games use certain functions that can't be easily emulated.
Yeah, but
I am completely jumping to conclusions.
And you are just making stuff up, which
but
is
sounds
fine.
Good.
But
it sounds good.
It didn't really. But yeah, I just wonder what exactly it is that allows it. I mean, the point of an emulator is that it's supposed to kind of emulate.
Yeah.
The software, as far as it knows, is running on a PlayStation 2. I just wonder what features there are, what instructions, what is happening that is stopping.
Although, I mean, don't get me wrong, 2,500 games that they've successfully gone, yes, that works. That's good. Good on them. But yeah, look, there's some big games that they're missing there,
Yeah.
Especially Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
That is a big deal.
Especially the SingStar games. Jeez,
Yeah.
I mean, that's almost a reason for a lot of people to keep their PlayStation 2 if they buy a PlayStation 3.
Here's a bit of conspiracy theory speculation, because we like a good conspiracy theory.
Yeah, sure we do, yeah.
Do you think it's possible they stopped the SingStar ones working on purpose because they want you to buy the new versions and they don't want you to just use their fancy machine as a SingStar machine?
Possibly.
I know that's a horrible thought, but...
Would the SingStar remotes actually work on the PlayStation 3? Would any peripheral games actually work? Peripheral?
You're not really very good at that word, are you? I don't know. I don't see any reason they wouldn't be. Does it have the same
Guitar
plugs?
Hero. It's USB with the...
well, was Guitar Hero
remotes
listed in that list? It might well be. I mean, if there's
know,
no way to
actually,
play it with a controller, so if it's on that list, the peripheral must work. We'll have a look. It's no big deal, but I'm interested.
We'll have a look. Well, look, let's wrap up the podcast. We've done our 30 minutes of rambling, and I think was that 30 minutes of influential.
I think we were influential.
Yep, excellent.
I think people have certainly got their money worth of influence.
Anyone that feels like they're influenced by us, please give us some money.
Yeah,
and actually go buy a PlayStation 3 and send it to us.
Send it to us. Care of. Just matt@australiangamer.com.
Yeah, sure. Yes,
email
it to us.
PlayStation 3.
God.
Well, it's not going to happen, so we might as well talk crap.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. We will talk to you next week live from GOW 3. Anyone in Perth, we look forward to catching up with you then.
That's what she... No, forget it. That was last week.
Don't. That was so
that's
last week.
So last week.
Alright, cheers fellas.
See you guys. And girls. Also. Just go play games.
Shut up.